Look at this video. A Bexar County corrections officer indicted for alleged assault of an inmate. What spurred the so-called confrontation? Fox San Antonio has the exclusive video.
That
A 14-year-old charged with capital murder. We talk with the grieving family of the pregnant teenager and her mother.
plus
Violent shootout in broad daylight, leaving one dead and multiple injured.
We believe that shots were fired at the police officers as well.
Fox News at 9 starts now.
First on Fox, police are looking for 3 suspects who ran away from the scene of a deadly shooting. 1 person killed, another 2 hurt. And Fox San Antonio's Ariana Lubelli just got back from the east side. She is joining us live right now. Ariana.
Jessica, right now police need your help to track down the 3 men that are considered armed and dangerous. They're providing this description at the moment. They're looking for 3 black men, possibly in their 20s, and believed to be in a newer model Ford Edge SUV. Family and friends of the young victim shot and killed in the street showed up at the horrific scene.
It's just sad to see him go. Like, it's just, I can't even think about it.
2 detectives and an officer were less than 50 yards away when they heard the shots at the corner of Hayes Street and Lockhart and ran to help. Police say 3 people were shot before the suspects tried to turn the gun on police.
After the shooting took place on the corner, the weapon was leveled at the police officers, and we believe that shots were fired at the police officers as well.
1 person died at the scene, another transported in critical condition. The 3rd victim's condition is unknown.
I just heard gunshots like at least 20 times. I just felt goosebumps.
Jose Sayer says the young man shot and killed was his 16-year-old cousin.
But he was family, and I grew up with him. And it's just heartbreaking to see him go.
He showed up in disbelief.
When I heard my mom called me on the phone, and she said that he was shot 12 times and he was dead. And I had to come up here for myself to see if it was true.
Unfortunately, he says his fears were confirmed. And police say there have been 3 or 4 shootings in that area in the last few days. They're investigating to see if there is any connection to today's deadly shooting. Ariana Lubelli, Fox News at 9.
New at 9, a man is in custody after police say he poured alcohol on his pregnant girlfriend, then set her on fire. Police arrested 39-year-old Brian Lee Hoover this afternoon at a motel on the east side. Officers say they were arguing about something at this apartment complex just off Fredericksburg Road Sunday afternoon. His girlfriend now dealing with 2nd-degree burns on her arms, legs, and head.
Recovery is slow going, but she's doing well. The victim was pregnant, 6 months pregnant as well. I think the biggest question was that we've been asked is that if the baby was okay. So glad to report, happy to report that the baby is okay.
Online records show Hoover has a lengthy criminal history, including drug and weapons charges. Now he is facing a charge of aggravated assault with bodily injury. Now to a Fox follow-up. Police are now charging a 14-year-old boy with capital murder. This after last month's shooting on the south side that killed a pregnant teen and her mother. Fox San Antonio's Robert Price is joining us live with reaction from that victim's family.
Well, Jeanette Quiros would have turned 38 years old today, now on her birthday. Police say they know who murdered her and her pregnant teen daughter. They say he's here at the Bexar County Juvenile Detention Center.
If they had the electric chair, I would say give them the electric chair.
Jessica Marroquin isn't holding back.
Whoever raised them, that's the son of the devil.
Strong words. More than a month and a half since the shooting deaths of her cousins, Jeanette and Bernadette Quiros, as news spreads that police have charged a 14-year-old with their murders.
Nobody would ever think a 14-year-old would be even thinking of killing people.
April 9th, the far south side, Jeanette and her pregnant 18-year-old daughter were shot in the parking lot of the Rosemont at University Park apartments.
Seeing someone die right there and then see all the blood, it was really sad.
For neighbors like Delia Ledesma, word of an arrest comes as a big relief.
I'm so glad it was about time.
Police haven't said how they tied the 14-year-old to the shootings, but it wasn't hard to find him. The boy, already in custody at the Juvenile Detention Center on an unrelated aggravated robbery charge.
He knew what he was doing at the time when he took the lives. And it wasn't one, it was 3 generations from our family.
Bernadette's daughter, baby Tabitha, delivered after the shooting 3 months premature, survived just 3 days.
But I just want to know why. What was really the reason?
Still, a sense of comfort on Jeanette's birthday, no less.
So for her 38th birthday, she got what she wanted, justice. But now she can actually rest peacefully.
It's still not clear if the 14-year-old knew his victims, but we should learn more when he makes his first court appearance this week. Reporting live, Robert Price, Fox News at 9.
New information on the woman shot and killed last week after a family dispute on the south side. Fox San Antonio's Darian Trotter joining us after he talked with her common-law husband who is struggling to plan her funeral. Darian.
Jessica, there's been a history of problems with the in-laws. We've learned the most recent argument that turned deadly was sparked by an ongoing battle over land.
The grieving hasn't started yet.
Jaime Tinayuca is pushing past all of his obvious pain to plan a funeral for his common-law wife of 25 years. Last Thursday, his mother-in-law called in distress after police responded to a disturbance at this Southside home.
Because they were fighting on the sidewalk in the streets, and by the time I got there, her body was on the porch, covered yellow.
44-year-old Neriata Tegel was gone. Police say she had gotten into a physical fight with her sister-in-law and refused to leave the property. That's when Police Chief William McManus says the sister-in-law grabbed a gun, then allegedly shot the victim in the doorway. Family members tell Fox San Antonio there's been an ongoing dispute over who actually owns the Grand River home, and an eviction process was underway.
Supposedly the mother-in-law, it was her house, and the son and the sister-in-law moved in it.
Chief McManus says police have been to the home 7 times in the last several months for disturbances. Now this father of 4 is struggling to bury the love of his life and says he can't focus on the family's differences.
I can't have vengeance, and I can't want to go out and hurt somebody. I can't. I got 4 kids, and I want to have a proper burial for her and start the healing process because the grieving hasn't started yet.
He set up a GoFundMe account to help with funeral expenses as he remembers the woman with whom he's built a lifetime of memories.
Her spirit, because she had a big heart. That's what I'm going to remember her by.
And the case remains under investigation. Meanwhile, if you'd like to help the family with funeral expenses, we've placed information on our website, foxsanantonio.com. Darian Trotter, Fox News at 9.
Now to the latest on the large human trafficking and slavery bust yesterday. The Department of Homeland Security is now investigating that case. A Bexar County Sheriff's deputy spotted a large group of people outside of a motel near Interstate 35 and Ritterman Road on the northeast side. BCSO says 11 undocumented migrants were rescued from human trafficking and slavery. A trafficking expert says this bust shines a light on the multi-billion-dollar industry of smuggling for slavery.
A very common part of human trafficking is labor trafficking, and labor trafficking can happen anywhere. It can happen in the nail salons and the massage parlors and restaurants.
A driver of a semi-truck was interviewed and released by investigators yesterday.
Melissa Vega at the Live Desk. Following a developing story, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office announcing tonight deputies and DPS seized illegal guns, drugs, and stolen tools in northeast Bexar County. 2 people have been arrested so far. Investigators saying at a home on Lost Creek near Stall Road, they found 8 assault rifles, 3 guns with no serial numbers, along with other weapons altered to fully automatic power tools suspected of being stolen, and drugs. And investigators say at a storage facility off of Nacogdoches in 1604, nearly $30,000 worth of stolen property was recovered. 26-year-old Nicholas Mata and 24-year-old Selena Benitez are facing charges in this case. Now, the Sheriff's Office says that this is an ongoing investigation and more arrests and seizures are expected. That's the latest from the Live Desk.
Evading arrest, theft, and multiple drug charges, what this week's Marshals Most Wanted fugitive is now wanted for.